Lately, I was with two girls I take care of. At a moment, a colleague of mine from another company, a dog walker, actually, came over to pick one of them. He took her so that she had a walk in the forest with other dogs. The other dog stayed with me because she still had some behaviors to be modified. She has more to learn. At that moment, that colleague said that she was punished for staying with me for training session. The thing is, I don't consider my training session or the session during which I modify behavior and emotional perception of elements in dogs as an ordeal for dogs or the human beings, I hope. I mean to. Either I intend or I will. Make sure that the humans and the dogs feel pleasure, safe, confident in themselves, in the owners for the dog, in me. First, the owner, they live with them, me. If possible, the environment, the other human beings. I'm gonna leave aside the dog that are so afraid they won't go outside or they will stay hidden under some furniture. But you can have a training session as a punishment. Besides, let's consider the definition of punishment. If I consider it from a behavioral point of view, a punishment means that a behavior appears less or even not anymore, which means I'm gonna add or remove something from the dog so that he is not as motivated as he used to be to make a behavior again. Let me show you an example. If I'm playing with a puppy, say hi to Bluey, and he's nipping me. If I remove my hands and stop playing, I stop the interaction. And he do again, I do again. The puppy make the connection that actually nipping me stop the game, stop the interaction. If he stop nipping me to keep the interaction going, that means the nipping was punished. Yet what I did it was just stopping the interaction. So that didn't mean I punished the dog. I punished the behavior. Punishing a being, so the dog in that context, would mean that's something that would be considered the quality of the moment. But I don't compare it. A training session, a walk in a forest, that's not something that should compete. Dogs should be able to have pleasure in both of them. Besides, I sometimes take dogs in forest for sessions. What I mean is when I come over, usually I have dogs happy to see me, motivated to walk. I haven't seen dogs leaving aside the one that are so scared by any being that avoid me, go hide or flee. No. During the session, that's the same. When they're turning them back on me, usually that's because they're no longer motivated or tired, or so distracted that I have no longer so much interest. But that has nothing to do with the emotional perception on the quality of the session. When I leave, usually I never see dogs fighting or shaking off out of relief. No, that's because I make sure the session, they are stimulated, they have positive emotions, whatever the training is, whether it's just training to walk on a leash, to sit, to rest the chin on a hand, whether it's to modify behavior through the emotion, like with a fear reactive dog. Actually, I make sure the dog feels safe around me and around his human beings. I make sure to build his confidence. I make sure to reinforce any behavior so that he make them more behavior we consider destination for him. We guide him. We change some behavior just by making sure we teach him other behaviors, which means it's not punishment. Usually, your dog should be able to like his training sessions. It's really important he doesn't consider it like, oh no, not again. Oh no. It should be stimulating. It should be fun. That's not one or the other as a quality. That's different. So make sure that you, the human beings, like the session and your dog appreciate it just as much you would appreciate anything.